Hey, welcome back to Bargain Hunters. This is episode 2. Today we're going to be chasing Ernie Banks. But first, let me introduce my partner in crime again, John P. Collects. Before I let John say hello, though, I'm a little remiss that I didn't tell you guys to look into John's channel last time. I assume that anybody who's watching my channel is watching John's channel. John's got a fantastic channel. He's one of my favorite content creators to watch. His interest is all over the board, which I find really, really cool. He does a lot of vintage, a lot of pre-war, collects things like umpire or managers. So I think it's really cool. So I'm going to try to link John's channel down below when I'm uploading. I struggle a little uploading still from StreamYard, but now I just wanted to make sure everybody knew about your channel, John. Welcome back. I appreciate you joining again. How you been?
Really happy to do this again, and yeah, thanks for the mention of the channel there. So appreciate that. Yeah, my collecting journey restarted about almost 4 years ago after being out for about 3 decades, literally. So like early '90s, I was collecting all as a kid, and then kind of just fell out of it for a while. And yeah, just kind of got back in it a few years ago, and I'm into it like I never was before, and loving it. So
yeah, John. So if you haven't seen John's channel, check it out. He's got some fantastic cards, and once again, it's must-watch TV. So, but now we're here to talk about our bargain hunters, right? So last time we did Willie Stargell. We had $35 to spend. It was fun. It was pretty well received. This time it's Mr. Ernie Banks, and but
got the Cubs out for this one. Got the Cubs hat going.
Yeah, I see that. I got light blue. I got my UCLA blue.
You got like Chicago blue. That's like Chicago city flag color.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So we only had $20, which is funny thing. Like, I don't know about you, John. There are some amazing bargains on Ernie Banks cards. If you have like $30 to $70 to spend, you can come away with some fantastic bargains. $20 was a little tough.
I was gonna say keyword $30. What you just said, $20 I found to be extremely difficult for getting the kind of card I was trying to find for a deal. Yeah, for a bargain. It was hard.
Yeah, but that's kind of the fun of this thing.
It was fun.
So, just like last time, I think what we're going to do is share some of our Ernie Banks cards, and then before we go into the actual cards we bought. But before we do that, I was telling this story to John, and I just wanted to share it with you guys. So I live in the Chicagoland area, and I work for a company. The company I used to work for, we used to have meetings in downtown Chicago quite a bit. And before Ernie Banks passed away, you could see him in Chicago. He was out and about. He was the ambassador of the city, actually. But I was in a 1.5-day meeting, and the second day it was over, and I had gone downstairs, and I was sitting in a hotel lobby area, like one of those round benches you'll see in a hotel, and I was going through my work emails, and out of the corner of my eye, I noticed somebody sat down next to me, but I didn't really know who it was. Finished my work email, looked up, looked to my right, and 4 feet away from me was Ernie Banks sitting on the bench. And, he smiled. And he said, "How you doing?" And I was like, "Wow, fantastic." And then about the same time as I talked to him, 3 or 4 young ladies in their late 20s or early 30s came up to say hello to him. And suddenly he was Mr. Cub, and he was charming, but it was kind of cool. So
that is an awesome story. Just whenever you're in the presence of greatness like that, everybody has stories like that, but it's always cool to hear them. And yeah, so that must have been. Did you get to say hello to him though, right?
I got to say hello to him. I've never been one to ask for autographs. I didn't really have anything at the time. I would have had the other people not come up. I probably would have shook his hand and told him I was a big fan, but I didn't really get to have too much of a conversation other than he looked at me and smiled and said, "Hey, how you doing?" I go, "Fantastic." And
you got memory. That's like
the fact that you could just look up and literally 3 feet away from you is Ernie Banks, right? Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So
that's cool.
All right, let's share some cards. So I think I'll go first this time on sharing my Banks cards, and then you can follow John, and then I'll let you go first on the one we bought this time. We'll kind
Sounds
of
good.
switch gears. So let me see if I can get this thing switched over to me. There we go. So the first Ernie Banks I want to share is this 1968, and I'm going to try to get it there. Ernie Banks.
Nice one.
Yeah, it's a nice card. It's got a small wrinkle on the top, unfortunately. And then there's the one I like even better is 69. It's the same pitcher, by the way, but
Yeah,
something about this pitcher I like.
he doesn't have too many bad cards, if any.
I would agree with you.
He's got
Here's the 64.
Really
This is a 64 I picked up from B. Roth.
Oh, yeah. I think I saw that at that event. Yep.
Yeah, this one's really well centered. I'm pretty excited about this one. This one may make it to grading at some point. And then at the National last year, I picked this one up on the Sunday before I left. This is a 62 Banks.
Very
nice. Little nicked, but I think I actually picked this one up for right around $20 at the time, believe it or not. So, and then the last Ernie Banks card I'll share is the one I just got back on my grading session. And that's this 1970 Banks in a 5.5. This is, this card's one that, it just reminds me of when I was a kid. And I just got this one back in my latest grading submission. So that's the only graded Ernie Banks that I own to date. So those are the Banks that I would share prior to this thing. So how about you, John? What do you got?
All right. Well, I've got so I actually have one card of Banks at SGC right now. That
hang on, John, just hang on just 1 second.
Oh,
let me
sure.
get you into the full screen. I got to make sure I'm doing this right.
I think we're
there. We go.
There we go.
Okay, you now go for it.
Okay, cool. So yeah, I have a 1960 Banks at SGC right now. That the grade should come in this week. Hopefully, it's over 2 weeks now. So I'll probably have that back in the next week or week and a half. I'm hoping for that one to be a 4, possibly a 5. It's a decent one, but I don't have it yet here. But what I am going to show here is, let's see. I'll start with the 62 that you shared. I actually have a copy slabbed in a 6.
That's not just a copy. That's a 6. That's a beauty, John.
This is a nice one. What I really like about this is I like that you can see his road uni up close. It just kind of adds to the vintage aspect of the card. Yeah. So I kind of like what, and of course, he has such a great smile on almost all of his cards. This is just a nice one.
Yeah,
you get the glare out of the way. But so I got that one. I'm not a huge fan of 62s, but I have a few, and they're so hard to get decent, high grade on for sure, big premium. Here's another I'm going to share. Here's a 61 Topps home run leader, or NL home run leaders, Topps 1961. It's in a 5, so he led the NL in homers in 60 with. I'm looking at the back. Let's see, what did he have? Where is it? He had 41 in 1960 to lead the league. So it's just a cool card with 3 Hall of Famers and possibly a 4th someday if Ken Boyer ever gets the call.
Yeah,
so,
that's a fantastic card.
So
that's
I've had this for a long time, actually, now for like 40. This was one of the first slabs I bought on eBay when I was starting to sort of like look for interesting vintage. I got this one for pretty cheap, maybe $15 or something. Yeah.
That's one of those cards that if we were talking about earlier, if your budget was in the 30 to 40 range, that was one of the cards I think I could have picked up.
Yeah. I mean, the fact that it's got Aaron and Matthews on there too, it's a fantastic card. Here's the big boy I have for Ernie Banks. I have his rookie card. It's part of my 54 set, which I have complete, and it does include this. It's a PSA 1.5, so it's pretty beat up. I mean, I don't actually know if there's a crease in this card, but I'll try to bring it up close if I can without the glare getting. But you can see that bottom left corner. It's almost like starting to shoot off or frayed off a little bit there. But what I really like about it is if you can sort of see the top and see if I can avoid the glare. The top isn't cut off. where it says Ernie Banks in the top of the Cub logo. There's so many examples of this card where that gets cut off, and the fact there's a little bit of room there. I'm not doing a good job showing it, but that's what in a way pulled me in on this card more than anything. There is maybe a small wrinkle kind of right over here, but it's not major actually. It's very, very slight actually. But I do have his rookie card, and then one more I'm just going to show. It's actually a more recent card, non-playing day. This is from, what year was this from? 2021, I don't know, maybe Topps Update or something. It was a insert set called Cards That Never Were. And so this is like if Topps, his first year was 53 in terms of playing. So if he did have if he had, let's say I'm looking at his 54 stats, he went 11 for 35 in 1953. So he batted 314 in his first cup of coffee in the bigs in 53. And here's what maybe a 53 card could have looked like. And it's black border, so it's actually numbered to 299. But just a fun little card I like to have handy. But yeah, those are the Banks cards I have currently, with one coming back slabbed. I don't have too many, but I do like what I have there.
Your rookie card, you're absolutely right. The top where the name gets cut off is huge, and yours looks fantastic.
That was my primary thing I wanted, regardless, because I knew it was going to be probably no better than a 2 when I was actually looking for it. And, so yeah.
And that last card you showed, I love black border cards, so that thing is just a beauty.
It's a fun card. I mean, yeah, it's kind of cool, and it's got a really old school Cub logo on it. So
yeah, that's really cool. All right, it's time now, John. Let's see what we were able to grab for $20.
For $20 or less. Okay, first off, I'll be quick with this. I'm gonna pretty much concede this one to you right away, just FYI, because I went into this wanting to get a slab. I don't know why. I just wanted a playing era Banks slab and see if I can do it for $20 or less. In short, I succeeded. I did get a slab for less than $20 of a playing era Ernie Banks, which in some ways is maybe success all by itself. But the actual card is sometimes you just wonder, why do some people send some cards in to get graded? I know it's Ernie Banks, but I don't know. This one, I'm not too sure. It's kind of fun to have, though, for this reason. So without further ado, let me just show it. You're going to see another 1970 Ernie Banks like Steve just showed, but it's a few points down from his 5.5. I have a 1.5 Ernie Banks from 1970. If I could get the glare control, it's a wreck. But I will always chuckle when I pull this out of a drawer or my box or wherever I might have it. Right now it's in a drawer with other slab. I'm trying to figure out my slab organizing still kind of in a way. I have an old dresser that I'm using to store my slabs, but not sure if it's the long-term solution. I'll turn it over. There's a crease going. You're not gonna be able to really tell. I might show it on my channel on a future video, like a pickup video. But there's a crease going all the way across on the bottom there, or like from the middle goes all the way top to bottom. There's sort of another wrinkle up here somewhere. And let's see, what else is wrong with this thing? It's sort of chewed up down there. It's just a hot mess. So anyway, price for this card, $17.80. I got it on ComC.
I love it.
So I have a ComC account that, so I don't even know if it was on eBay or not, but I did manage to, I can't remember, he had it listed for maybe just over 20, and he had it where it was like, I think auto sale at like, whatever, like I put in I put in maybe 16 or 15 bucks, and it came back saying seller will accept 17.80. So that's what I put in, and in a few minutes I had it. So so here's my copy. Here's my bargain, I guess you could say. And it was a bargain. It is kind of cool to have a slabbed Ernie Banks for less than 20. Oh, one more stat on this. The pop count for this SGC 1.5, pop count 3, none worse. You never hear that phrase. There are no ones graded on this. There might be some authentics for all I know, but yeah, pop 3, none worse. Just thought I'd mention that. So anyway, there you go.
That's a sweet card. So to think about it this way, right, John?
It's a relative to him in that for that one.
Costs $15 to grade a card.
That's
so
true.
You picked up that card for $2.80.
That's the way to look at it. I actually didn't really look at it that way.
All day, every day, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I mean, and honestly, if you look at it from a distance, aside from the off center, like you can almost like, it's not like at first glance not terrible. I mean,
it looks fantastic.
The center is
fantastic from a distance.
Yeah. So.
All right, I am gonna now share mine. So as you know, John, I did pick up the 1960 from B. Roth that had the crease, but
yes.
I too wanted to go after a slabbed card. So I decided I was going to try to chase a slab, and I did. I picked up this card right here. It's a 1960 68 home run leaders, 69 card with Willie McCovey, Ernie Banks, and Richie Allen in an SGC4. So, I'm hoping I've got 2 Hall of Famers. In my opinion, I think Allen gets in someday. Could be 3 Hall of Famers. And believe it or not, I picked this card up for $16.
Oh my gosh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, I was excited. Once again, that means the card itself I could have picked up for $1 in order to grade it. And you want to do that all day, every day. It's not perfect because it's a 4, but
you got a 4 Ernie Banks for less than $20. I think you did quite well.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. I was talking to Jason, Everyday Collector in Strongsville, and he has one of these, and he's like, "That's a great deal." So, yeah,
did you get it in Strongsville? Did you get it in Strongsville? Didn't show me.
I didn't get it in Strongsville. I'd already ordered it, so I told Jason, "Hey." Because we were talking about that 61, and I told him, no, I've got, there's another one I've got ordered. He goes, you got to go with the other one. You got to go with the graded version. So
that's a great card. That's an awesome find. Well done.
Yeah.
Can you show the back real quick? Is the back kind of centered, or how does the back look?
The back looks pretty good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, it's totally good. Yep.
Yeah. No, this card, I don't really see a whole lot of issues with it, to be quite honest with you, John. It's
a great 4.
Cut a little diamond, but it's a 4.
Not extreme. That's not an extreme diamond. That's an awesome card for a 4 for less than 20. That's really, really good.
Well, me and leader cards too, so it kind of just fits. It kind of just fits into my world, right? I love leader cards, so I think we both did well. Once again, the whole idea here, right? $20, you can come home. We came home with 2 graded Ernie Banks cards for $20. Playing days, both playing days. Mine was a leader card. Yours was an actual Banks alone card. So it's pretty good stuff.
I think overall it was a fun challenge. Loved your example. I enjoyed my example again with a bit of a chuckle to it, just because of like, why would that be slab? But hey, it's slab. So there you go. Like you said,
I guarantee you, John, somebody would give you more than what you paid for it tomorrow if you wanted to sell it. There's people that love. I mean, it's Ernie Banks, for crying out loud. He's Mr. Cup.
That's true. Yeah. I could probably throw it on eBay for $30 and take 20 for it, and like you said,
all right,
doing that. But I'm putting it out there right now. All Bargain Hunters cards will be in the permanent collection. So this is absolutely.
I'm hoping at some point, we'll get down
no flipping thing on this. Absolutely not. So
we'll be at some point. We'll do a recap video of once we get 7 or 8 down in to say, look, here's what we've picked up combined for making it up $140, right?
That's cool. That would be cool.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right. So now comes the fun part. It comes the wheel. So let me figure out what I have to do here. I think I have to present. I have to hit share screen.
Oh, I'm going to put this out there. If it comes up $20 again, I think we should spin it again.
So I'm going to go like this, I think.
Maybe Bargain Hunter's rule, we can't have a repeat of the dollar amount. Every week or every one has to be different, like from the next one. Like you can't have back to back.
All right, I'm going to shuffle this thing.
Because I don't want another $20 one.
All right. Are we ready?
Yeah, all
So
set.
I think I have to go to here to actually do the. So I'm going to shuffle it a few times, John. 1, 2. Oops. Whoa! I just saw Ernie Banks was still on there. Hang on 1 second. Let me make sure that I take Ernie.
Oh, okay.
Ernie off of there. Now I'll shuffle it and let's see who we're going to go after. Uh-oh. Yes.
Oh,
yes. That's
Roger
awesome.
Maris.
Roger
All right.
Maris.
I like that.
I don't have Roger Maris in my collection at all, and I want it. So I'm pretty excited about that one.
Yeah, me too. This will be fun. This will be a really fun one. Again, we have I think we started with about 30 names for this wheel. 25 were Hall of Famers, 5 were non-Hall of Famers. And Maris obviously in that latter group. So.
All right, now I've got to go back to present. I've got to go back to share screen. And now I've got to share the dollar values. So, okay, I'm just going to spin it, John. Let's see what we get.
Again, I say if it's 20, we respin it. Okay, we're good.
Oh, it's still going to be a tough one. Roger, well, the 50 was coming up there, which I thought.
A rookie card for 50 would possibly. All right, $25.
So Roger Maris, $25. That should be a lot of fun.
Yeah, there's possibilities on this one. Yeah, this will be good.
Yeah, it will be. So anyway, yeah, I appreciate everybody who's watching. Thank you. Let us know what you think. Let us know how we can improve this thing. And definitely, if you want to chase Roger Maris for 25, go for it. Let us know if you can beat us. But this has been just a lot of fun, John. I appreciate it once again.
Good, Steve. Thanks again for having me on.
Yep. All right. Well,
look forward to this one.
Yep. Until we talk again, everybody, stay safe. Keep collecting. We'll see you soon. Take care.
Everybody.